Hi friends. Okay, so I was just in a neighborhood kind of get together and I was talking to somebody who I had mentioned, oh, I just had a radon mitigation system put into our house, and they looked at me like, oh my goodness, and they said, oh, you actually had radon? Like they were so shocked. They were like, our realtor said there's like a 1% chance that, radon would come up. And I said, actually, that's not true. There's a 38% chance actually in the Chicagoland area that a house will have radon in it over the recommended levels by the EPA. Technically, Cook, Lake County, Kendall County, DuPage, they're all kind of technically a zone 2, which is categorized by the EPA as, elevated levels. You have a higher risk for elevated levels of radon. So, yeah. One thing to note about radon, if you walk into a house that has radon, are you going to completely die from it? Probably not. No. I like to kind of tell people that it's similar to if you grew up in a household that maybe your parents smoked in the car in a closed confinement, every year for 15, 20 years with you in the car. That secondhand smoke is giving you a higher risk of developing lung cancer, absolutely. Actually, 1 in 10 people who develop lung cancer, it's actually from radon, not from smoking. Did you know that? But if you stand next to somebody that's smoking one time, no, it's not the same risk as the repeated long-term exposure. So my advice, get a radon test, a couple $100 when you do your inspection, which I would always, tell people to do. And it's super easy. I wouldn't say don't buy a house because it has high levels of radon or elevated levels of radon. That's not what I'm saying, absolutely not. It's actually super simple to put in a radon mitigation system. All they do is you have a company come out, they look at where they want to put access points, and the house that I just did, it actually needed 3 access points, which meaning they're going to put pipes into the ground attached to a fan, and it's going to suck up all of that radon. It'll travel through a pipe, and then it's released at the roof line. So, yeah, it's really not that big of a deal to do the radon mitigation system. Now, whether or not you test for it, that is the determining factor of if you can ask for either a credit from a seller, or if you would even know that you would need one. So my recommendation is always to test for it. I would rather spend a couple $100, get it done, have peace of mind. I mean, that's just me, but you do you. Hope that helps.